All right, shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of the Coma. Shout out to FanDuel. Appreciate FanDuel, the official sponsor of the Sports Coma. Please feel free to go to FanDuel for all your prop bettings on all professional sports. We up in this thing, fam. Listen, we're gonna talk about some positions of need. Shout out to Kat Terrell from ESPN. She had a article where she kind of compared a lot of the needs of every NFL team. I invite you guys to check it out. And in the particular part that she talked about with the New Orleans Saints, she talked about the biggest need, and I totally agree. We talked about this during the season, and as the season ended, the biggest need for the Saints is the interior offensive line situation, where Kellen Moore identified the game as one of the areas the team needed to improve upon. Of course, we have a hole at the left guard position that will more than likely be filled via free agency, and perhaps in the draft later on the Saints could add more talent to that being said. But the Saints have that left guard spot. It makes much sense to target the position to not only just help the run game balance, but also protect franchise quarterback Tyler Shuck. So in terms of the free agents likely to move, cornerback Alante Taylor, the Saints moved on from him. And we'll talk about all this in the upcoming reports. But in terms of the offensive line, this is something that is definitely pressing if success is going to be needed. As we move into a Sports Illustrated article, shout out to them, Saints predicted to bolster the offense with 28-year-old Super Bowl champion. Who could this be? After hitting the jackpot with the addition of Tyler Shuck in the second round of the 2025 draft, the Saints need to continue making moves to improve the roster. They could approach this aggressively and make multiple cuts before attacking the draft and free agency with the idea of winning as soon as possible. Given how much promise Shuck has showed last year is a good idea. So most likely the outcome the Saints could take a conservative approach. They're likely to be conservative with the money as they look toward the future without cap limitations. But either way, whether it's conservative or a liberal, the Saints need to address the interior portions of the offensive line. Now, John Sigler, shout out to him from Saints Wire, predicted that the Saints would go into free agency and sign a veteran offensive lineman, David Edwards, away from the Buffalo Bills to bolster their offensive line this upcoming offseason. Now, adding the offensive line should be a top priority for the Saints, and David Edwards could be a huge addition. Turns 29 in a couple of weeks, is a day one starter, 3-year deal worth about $60 million. That's worth the cost of one of the NFL's most premier guards, and it immediately addresses the highest position of need. Edwards is good in protection. He's a force with the run game and had just 10 penalties over the last 3 years put together. If there's a spot to swing it big in free agency, it's definitely at the left guard position. Also, he adds to it that there are many other starting offensive linemen available in free agency in terms of that, but Edwards is a day one starter that can help the Saints right away. Now, the veteran offensive line is very good at run blocking, which he does good, which could bolster the Saints offense quite a bit. But he's also an excellent pass blocker who deals with big defensive tackles very well on the interior of the offensive line. Big guy that can move his feet, very smart, doesn't reach as much. He's not perfect, but he is a solid offensive lineman. If you put the tape on and watch him, it could be difficult to pluck him away from the Bills in free agency, but the Saints need to make him the top priority, and they can see him get a big boost from the line in the upcoming season. So this would be a good move for the Saints to have the likes of Mr. Edwards and bring him aboard the team. I'm for that, man. I really am, because I know that Tyler Shuck last year, if you watch, he had a ton of interviews on the interview circuit. Toward the end of the year, he talked about what did we do? What really did we do? We finished what we finished. What he played. We really didn't accomplish anything in terms of winning and losing. We finished at the end, last in the NFC South, so there's a lot of work to be done. So he has that temperament, which is a positive, and keeping a level head and humble going into this upcoming season. Now that things have radically changed, with him being the face of the team going forward and them committing to it, the Saints are in a great position now, because it opens up a new golden age possibly for the Saints. We're coming out of a dark age into a golden age again, with the Saints needing to open up $50 million and spend it for this upcoming offseason. which could mean that the Saints could pick up David Edwards. They could pick up some more help along the offensive line. Hell, they could sign two guards if they wanted to, and then draft offensive linemen out of the draft, because you still have to deal with the likes of dealing with Luke Fortner. Luke Fortner could go in for agency. We might have to replace him. So some money will be spent on the Saints' interior offensive line, right? In free agency, and assets in draft will be added as well. So we could be looking at something really big for the Saints this offseason, because I don't think they want to play it conservative. I think the Saints are going for it right now. The NFC South is wide open. Why not press on and add to it and make your move right now and get back to respectability as fast as you can, right? I think that would be a smart move to do. Anyway, what do you guys think, man? Put it in the comment section. Let me know about how you feel about this being the interior offensive line as the Saints' biggest need. Now, here's a cap check. Currently, right now, as of today, as this broadcast is airing, the Saints team cap right now is 19.2 plus mil right now going into free agency. We know that March the 9th is the day when things open up. And man, listen, we'll be raring to go looking and seeing what we can do to improve this thing. But in terms of the offensive line, y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about having David Edwards. Now, this is not going to come cheap, because you might have to. Some consider him one of the best top 2 or 3 guards in there, depending on who you ask. David Edwards is considered one of those guys, and it's not going to be cheap to lend his services. So, well, the Saints might have to spend. They can't be cheap with it. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Let me know what y'all think. If you're not a sub, hit the sub button. Sub up to the Coma for more information about what's going on with our black and gold. Also, shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Get prop bets in that FanDuel. Check out the links in the description section below, and buy. More importantly, you guys make sure y'all tell me what y'all think about adding interior line help. Who do you think we need to add? Put in the comment section and let me know. With that being said, man, I'm gonna get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm holler at you on the next one. Much love, peace, and who that take. Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehootdatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.